Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to White Shadow Spiritual Advising. My name is BriaBogatin, and today we will be doing your monthly January tarot reading, tarot forecast. You can check out your sun, moon, or rising sign, or really any placement in your birth chart in regards to this reading to receive the guidance you need. Down below, you can find the information to my business pages, which is White Shadow Spiritual Advising on Facebook and Instagram. Until January 10th, I will be offering reading bundles, and within the bundles, the sessions are discounted. So if you have questions about that or would like to book a session with me, please message me through one of those platforms on my social media pages. Also down below, if this reading really resonates with you, if you feel compelled to support me and the work that I offer you guys, you can make a tip or a donation to me. My Venmo, CASHAPP, PayPal are all down below for you to be able to do that. Okay, Scorpio, so I think that's all I have to say, so let's get started. So, Scorpio, the first card you are receiving is the Death card. So we're just getting right into it, Scorpio. So you are receiving the Death card, and Scorpio is actually represented by the Death card within the deck of tarot. So the Death card to me is actually a rebirth card in a lot of senses. It's a card of great surrendering, and we have already moved into a new year, so there's so much new energy around us, and there is already a lot of letting go, surrendering, sacrificing, releasing type of energy in the atmosphere. And for you, Scorpio, this might really be amplified. To vamp that up, ignite that whatever even more, you're getting the Six of Swords after the Death card. So there's something that you need to leave behind, Scorpio. There is something within your life that is at this point really just holding you back. And usually when we receive cards like the Death card or the Tower card, this is something that we all have a big or full awareness of, but we are very hesitant of letting this go. So to me, cards like the Death card or the Tower card usually represent when things are kind of forcefully taken from us in a lot of ways. Kind of like the rug being pulled out from underneath us, because it's not meant to go on it's not meant to continue on the journey. The season of that person, place, or thing has ended, and it may have ended a little bit ago, and you haven't really heeded this, and you haven't acknowledged or fully took part in the letting go process. And so now the universe is pretty much stepping in and going to push you to do that. If it's not written in the stars, honey, it's not going to be. Point blank, period. There's so many different things that could happen that can take things from us. And the Death card does not represent death, okay? There's a whole thing when it comes to quote unquote predicting death. I personally don't really believe in it. I think it's possible. However, I really think that it's a rarity, okay? And that's a whole story. Maybe I can make a video on that. But really, no beings know when things are meant to die up until a certain time period. And that's how the angels of death operate. They don't know up until a certain time period. So, all right. But now I'm just going to end up going on a tangent about that. But with the Death card, you need to walk away. Period. You need to get out of that situation. You need to leave that job. You need to leave that friend. You need to leave that house. You need to leave that relationship. You need to leave that old self behind. Because that's honestly, in all truth, actually what it is a lot of the time when we have such a hard time letting go of things. It's usually because we actually have a hard time of letting go of who we are in that situation. Like, we aren't ready to go through the metamorphosis process. And Scorpio, during the month of January, you will be going through the metamorphosis process. And it's not going to be as tedious as you think, Scorpio, because subconsciously I feel like you guys, you know, kind of have been preparing for this. You just haven't exactly acted upon it in the way that you're supposed to, because you don't want to let this go. You don't want to change. You don't want this person out of your life or whatever. But Scorpio, if you don't let this go, you won't be able to do everything you came here to do. So with the Six of Swords card, this is a card of smoother sailing from here on out. It is a card of a new destination. Can even be a new destination within the mind as well. However, the Six of Swords is moving on, onwards and upwards, moving away, sailing away from all the bullshit and heading to a new destination, a new place. A place where you are much more appreciated, respected, admired, and wanted. Where you're at right now, Scorpio, you're not exactly wanted there. And maybe this is something that you have a hard time realizing or accepting. You have to move on in order to be recognized and respected in the way that you want to be. That's what these cards are saying to you. Also, I feel very strongly that a big reason why you are being asked to walk away from this is that spiritually it is dimming you, that spiritually this is not right for you. You know, maybe it feels right to you financially or intimately or, you know, physically, whatever. But spiritually, nope. It's just not there. You just need to walk away. You need to get out of there, Scorpio. So both of these cards show movement. So anytime there's movement in tarot, I always look to where the cards are heading to. So the Death card's heading to the Six of Swords. So the sacrificing, the leaving and moving on, the rebirth process, the releasing, the walking away is bringing you towards a new destination, a place much better for you. The Six of Swords is heading somewhere. Where's it heading towards, you might ask, is the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is a very spiritual card. I feel like you want to move to a new place, a better place, a more advanced place, maybe emotionally, sexually, psychically, spiritually, and you can't do that with this in your life. It's either like you're going to stay where you are or you're going to move on and then get to the place where you want to be in regards to all those different areas of your life. Really the element of water, which encompasses everything I said plus some. It's a subconscious energy as well. So with the Page of Cups, I feel you are I feel like the universe wants to bring you to an emotionally arousing place that is very beneficial to you. Maybe the situation you're in now is not exactly beneficial to you emotionally or spiritually, and that's another reason why the Death card is coming up. It needs to be transcended. It needs to be like you have to transmute this situation, this person or whatever, Scorpio. And so what's interesting about the Page of Cups is you see this young person looking at this cup, and the story behind the Page of Cups is that this young person was scrying in the chalice that the fish is coming out of. So scrying is a form of divination, a very intense form of divination, where you pretty much use reflection to see things, to prophesize things, to create psychic insights or whatever. And so as this young person was doing this, a fish popped out of the chalice, and what that represents is some sort of spiritual surprise. So I honestly feel like expect the unexpected this month, Scorpio, and especially expect the unexpected once you decide to leave this situation. It's almost like there's going to be a surprise at the end of it. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a surprise at the end of it, Scorpio. You know, maybe you know more, but That's what I'm feeling from it. I feel like this sense of like, and I don't want this to come off the wrong way, but I feel like this sense of like the universe was almost playing a trick on you. Sometimes I do be feeling that way. Maybe playing a trick on you isn't exactly the right terminology, but it's magical in the sense of the way it was orchestrated is like, damn, if I, realized this sooner, or if I, left the house 10 minutes earlier, like one of those things. It's like you're being set up for something, and leaving this person, place, or thing behind is a part of that setup. So then the last card you're receiving, Scorpio, is the Fool. So this is the rebirth right here, the Fool. So the Fool is the number 0, as you can see in the deck of tarot. And what the number 0 represents, it's the number of our creator. It's the number of like infinity, even almost. And it's like the number of all things are possible at 0, right? If you are at the beginning of something, there's so much to discover, so much to know, so many things to experience. And that is where you're being brought to. You're being brought towards a beginning point where you can blossom in so many different areas. Now, the thing about the Fool card is you see this person, he is about to walk right off that cliff, and he is not even paying attention. And so what this represents is, I'm sorry, I didn't finish. So he has a white rose in his hand, which represents purity, especially purity of intention. And he has a bag over his shoulder, which represents all the tools and resources and, knowledge he has accumulated through his previous experiences. And those things he has accumulated, he trusts it so much. He trusts his knowledge and wisdom, whatever, so much, his inner tools, so much that he knows that no matter where he goes, or when he falls off this cliff, that no matter where he lands, he will know how to navigate it, and he knows that he will be successful. And so all things are possible at this time, Scorpio. Expect the unexpected, but you have to do the expected first. And you're moving to a better place. So I think I'm going to end it on that for you, Scorpio. I think that's really powerful. And it's beautiful. I know the Death card is, it's intimidating. But remember, we don't experience just one death in our lifetimes. We experience one physical death. However, we experience thousands of deaths in our lifetimes within ourselves. We change so much throughout this life. We watch people change so much throughout this life, and it should be embraced. And Scorpio, I don't think you'll necessarily have a problem with that, because Scorpio is the sign of, taboos and death and spirits and all of that. So you guys got this, all right? So have a great month and many blessings to you.